So having made this shape, I had the idea of making a bowl out of it. And to mount it on the lathe, I just flatten it on here with my 12-inch jointer and glued it onto a piece of plywood which is mounted to the faceplate. And the next thing I'm going to do is to try to turn this round in here so that I can put a bottom in here. So I've got the inside here turned to a nice conical shape, and I started rounding the outside a little bit. It's a bit challenging because the chisel really likes to catch on those edges. I'm not going to do the final rounding on this because I have to flip this over and remount it, and I'll have to do that again anyways. So next I need to make a bottom that fits into here, and I don't need this plywood on here anymore. So I'm going to cut that off by putting it on the table saw. So here's the bottom that I'm going to put in there, and I made that up out of 3 layers with the grain in the middle layer going this way so that the whole bottom isn't going to shrink and expand like that against the grain, because that would have a tendency to pull away from the bowl or cause distortion. So this way it acts more like plywood. So I got the bevel gauge set to the angle of the cone that I turned on the inside of the bowl, so I just have to turn this bottom to have that same angle. I think this is as good a fit as I'm going to get. I'm just going to have to put a lot of glue in there. Well, I hope I have enough glue on there. It sure is lots, but it's not as super tight and precise. So turning this bowl around is turning out to be quite a challenge because I must have got it off-centered a little bit because I've still got a bit of edge that I need to turn away here. Around here I've mostly got it round. On the outside I still have some flat spots. Fortunately I have quite a bit of thickness left to work with. Positively looking bowl-like now. There's only this one spot here where I have to go a bit deeper. Everything else is round now. Now, how to get this part off? That's the tricky part. Maybe if I built some special jig I could just cut it off on the bandsaw. It would fit through here no problem, but I don't know. And right after that I had a eureka moment. If I just use my jointer, I don't even have to build a jig. Everybody should have a 12-inch jointer. That bottom is perfectly flat now, but I'd rather have it just a bit hollow. So I've carved a shallow hollow in there with the table saw. You can hardly see it, but if I put this piece of wood against it, you can see there's a space in the middle. That way the bowl always rests on the rim. I still need to sand that smooth a little bit. I finished a bowl with some oil-based varnish. This is actually the can I'd last used when I built my sawmill frame. I'm using oil-based varnish because it's much better at resisting moisture, which is important for a bowl like that. I don't like using the oil-based stuff because of the fumes it gives off, but doing it outdoors, it's not so bad. I'm only using paper towel instead of a brush, so I don't have to worry about cleaning the brush afterwards. Well, I'm pretty pleased with how this bowl turned out. So looking at the joints in this bowl, it just looks like it was totally made with incredible accuracy. You'd never know it was made the way it was unless you watched a video.